Stephen A., the news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar.
I'm gonna get back to this in a minute, but side note, Monte Ellis, aka Kurt Cobain long lost brother, in my opinion is one of the most underrated scorers in NBA history, given how he was a 6'3" shooting guard getting to it. But he recently came out and said that if the Warriors had kept him and swapped him with Steph Curry on the championship rosters, Golden State would have achieved the exact same title success. Now that is a very bold statement to make, given how the Golden State Warriors really broke through once Monte Ellis was traded away and the Golden State Warriors decided to give the keys to the franchise to Steph Curry instead, even with the knowledge of his really bad and persistent ankle issues as well. Plus the idea of Klay Thompson was just a better fit than Monte Ellis at the shooting guard position, and that ended up creating the greatest shooting backcourt of all time, the Splash Bros. And I'll just end it right here. Ain't nothing else to say. You know, it's crazy to see what the Golden State Warriors look like right now, going from NBA champions in 2022 to striking out under LeBron James, the last decision sweepstakes. And I know the thought of LeBron James and Stephen Curry playing together sounds amazing, because we've seen a sample of that play out in the 2024 Paris Olympics Team USA gold medal campaign. But even the power of being connected to clutch sports and also the power of Lobos couldn't get LeBron to Fresco. But hey, the Warriors did do something big this year. They paid Draymond Green. Yeah, this is definitely a gap year for them. And honestly, I'm gonna just put the blame on Draymond Green. Specifically for these two reasons. Number one, put hands on Jordan Poole. That was their future guard. And you know, and number two, the tension that drove Kevin Durant away. Now, I'm not saying that one moment is the sole reason this happened, but the continuous constant jabs at Kevin Durant in interviews about his future on the team made his decision to leave oh so easier, which was great for the NBA as a whole, because that whole Golden State Warriors KD era might have been some of the most beautiful, chaotic, assembled basketball teams that I've ever seen in my life, especially that 2017 team. Because on paper, this team is beating the current Philadelphia 76ers. I do not care what Kevin Durant says. The year before, I didn't think there was a team that was ever comparable to the 2016 version of the Golden State Warriors. They had the best regular season record in NBA history. They took it from the 95-96 Chicago Bulls 72-10 season that held up for 20 years. Now, of course, the Chicago Bulls also won a championship as well. As for the Warriors, you know the story.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3 seconds. It's over! It's over! Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland! This is for you! Oh!
Which makes KD's free agency decision in 2016 by far the most insane free agency move that I've ever seen in NBA history. It was more insane than Shaq leaving the Orlando Magic in '96 and going to the Los Angeles Lakers, or any of LeBron James' decisions. Well, that Miami one was pretty big in terms of the response.
In practice, and the way we're going to challenge each other to get better in practice, once the game starts, I mean, it's going to be easy. I mean, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Hey.
You know what? Maybe 2011 needed to happen, because this nigga was going crazy. I think that nigga KD is crazy. The Philadelphia 76ers hasn't won an NBA championship since 1983. That is 43 years ago. They haven't even won a second round playoff series since 2001. That's 25 years ago. And throughout this whole time, they've been through numerous of eras. But when KD joined the Golden State Warriors in 2016 via free agency, he did it with his own free will. He left to a team that was already accomplished and greatly well put together. They won an NBA championship in 2015. Then the following year had the best regular season in NBA history, beating his team in the Western Conference Finals after the OKC Thunder blew a 3-1 lead to them. And then there was only one game short of winning an NBA championship again after blowing their own 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. KD is the literal example of, if you can't beat him, join him. It was so crazy because he was one of the best players in the league, top 3 at minimum, and he joined a historical roster team with a strong foundation of a winning culture. The chemistry with teammates was already great. The roles plus expectation of each player was already established before he even got there. He was paired up with the greatest shooting backcourt of all time. The spacing itself was going to cause so many issues for defenses. KD, Steph, and Klay demanded so much attention that everyone else would end up being completely wide open due to their gravity. The scoring was going to be explosive, efficient, high. They had the depth lineup, self-explanatory, high IQ players all over the roster, great bench players, great coaching staff, and this is just me talking about them on paper, not the actual reality of what happened, because this was times 10. It was straight belt to ass to the entire league. They went 16-1 in the NBA playoffs. They lost one game. That is insane. The peak of KD and Steph alone in 2017 is better than the 76ers starting 5 in my opinion. LeBron James, he's old. He's 41 years old. Even as great as the former MVP of the league Joel Embiid is, he's been through a lot of injuries. VJ Edgecombe is still only a second-year player, so you're asking for a lot in such a short amount of time. Tyrese and Jaylen Brown are both dogs, so I'm not really concerned about them as much. I don't know what the bench looked like, but comparing this to the Klay Thompson before the injuries, a younger Draymond Green, Iguodala, Sean Livingston, David West, JaVale McGee, Matt Barnes, the bench was deep as hell. To me, there's no comparison at all. I think KD was high as hell when he said this, but I know he was probably dead ass serious about this too. But I will say this, for everyone who believed his decision ruined the league, I loved every minute of it. Being able to watch KD operate all around the spacing and the high IQ players and coaching staff was just a beautiful experience for me to watch as a basketball fan. To see him be able to do what he do best, get a bucket by any means necessary. And the 2017 Warriors is the greatest basketball team that I've ever seen in my life, on paper or not. And one of the main reasons for that, y'all know who he is. Shit, he made it clear for the people who don't understand.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.